Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy MumboElite. Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about when are league SBCs coming out. This has been a common question that you guys have been asking a lot in this community, and we're curious on an answer from EA when this is going to be. So I'm going to go over when I think league SBCs are going to come out, when I want them to be out, and comment down below when you think league SBCs are going to be out. And if you do enjoy this video, feel free to smack the like button, subscribe if you're new. Let's see if we can get 30 likes on this video. Now, I had the prediction that league SBCs were going to be coming out on November 9th. It is currently November 8th, and it's not new content yet, so that could still hold true. Reason being was I thought last year they came out at this time. However, they actually came out, I believe, on November 2nd last year. If you remember, we had Sudamericana and Libertadores as the first SBCs, but there was something broken with them, and it took EA about a week to fix it, so prices didn't really rise until about that week later on November 9th or whatever the day was. So I had the guess that November 9th was going to be when we're going to get them. It is quite possible we get league SBCs this week. EA hasn't put one out yet, so we've been waiting for something. In terms of quality, we have the sudamericana card type, which is important because typically, why would this have a card type if you don't plan on having some sort of SBC or something to do with it? However, Libertadores is not a card type this year. It is just a league. However, it has its own card type. Technically, it's just not considered in the quality section. So I don't know what that means. But all I know is it's been impossible for people to really find these. So I've been able to pick up a lot of these on bid for 150. A lot of the center backs for 150 that are bronze. We're hoping to make a huge profit on it. So here are my guesses in terms of what EA's thinking. So we have a new promo coming up. We are on Record Breakers Team 2 right now. We are waiting for the next promo. There has been hints and suggestions on what it could be. We have Road to the Final coming up, whether it's the next promo or not. What happens with the Road to the Final is that's typically around the time we get another type of card implemented into the game. This type of card is the UCL cards. So we have the UCL commons, we have the UCL rares. Now the cool thing about this is they're already a card type in the game, so we know they're coming. And typically what this means when these come, that's what she said, is that we get a league SBC with it. If you remember in the past year, I think 2 years actually, we've had the Champions League SBC. And it's been a pretty decent way of getting some good packs. It costs a decent amount to do the SBC, but if you're someone who grinds the game or grinds league SBCs, it's not too bad. Also, you typically have Libertadores and Sudamericana that's out beforehand. So if this means that UCL might be coming next week, let's say, for the next promo, it's quite possible that this week we could be seeing Lib and Sud SBCs coming. However, it's up to EA when they want to bring this stuff out. They could completely never bring it out. That's a possibility. But my guess in terms of a marketing perspective is EA is probably looking at their game right now. They're looking at the quality of SBCs they've put out, looking at feedback that they've gotten from the community. And honestly, I would say in terms of player SBCs, correct me if I'm wrong, a lot of player SBCs have been pretty good value. We've had a pretty decent amount of SBCs that people have loved. We could look at the Benzema, we could look at the Fekir, a bunch of cards that I have in my squad that I wasn't even planning on doing, the Verratti, the Nkunku, one of the best cards in the game, the Boateng. Like, they have been knocking it out of the park, so they've had a lot of praise from this area. In terms of the market, right, pack odds have been increased. If you look at the pack section of promo packs, everything shows you the minimum guarantee you're going to get. A lot of it's like an 83 plus. People have been packing crazy things, especially out of their preview packs. So the market as a whole has been lower this year. I feel like people have been spending more FIFA points. We'd have to wait to see the numbers. I don't know the exact amount, but I would be surprised if they weren't in contention to break records they have previously set, just because so many people seem to be enjoying opening packs. So what does that mean too? If the market's lower, that typically means that people are able to get access to cards earlier on that they might have not been able to afford before. Same way with Champions League, Foot Champs. Foot Champs rewards are pretty good, and the amount of coins people can get from getting, I believe it's rank 3 where you get the tradable team of the weeks, that's a minimum of 30k for most people, plus the coin rewards and then whatever tradable packs you get. So there is a lot of content, there's a lot of coins, there are a lot of things causing people to have fun in this game that really you don't need league SBCs yet. I see EA using league SBCs as a way to throw them in when content's kind of dying a little bit, people aren't playing the game as much, or maybe let's say there's a scandal or something happening and they have to flip the script and get something out. So I would assume, again, in the next couple weeks, we'll see a lot of movement on League SBCs. When is the exact date they come out? Again, I hope it's this week. We don't know for sure, but I would be surprised if it came the end of November and we had nothing. That just would be awful. So hopefully it's before the end of November. Now, comment down below again what you think are going to be the League SBCs. When are we going to get them? One more thing I wanted to say. What was it? I had one more comment I was going to make. Dang it. You ever do that where you're like in the middle of a thought process and then you just completely miss it? I don't know if I brought it up. I have over 10,000 libs, so I'm heavily invested. Obviously, I want to get rid of those. Oh, yeah, the amount of time it's here. So if you guys didn't know, last year, League SBCs changed. They implemented a time system. So instead of having the League SBC out for the remainder of the year, they did it for like a month, 2-month period. That way, the packs and the way that the SBC was formed could change over time. Let's say there was 60 days left in the SBC. We're going to use the gold upgrade as the example. This is here for the whole year. But let's say it said 60 days left. By the time it hit 60 days, it would go away, and then they'd bring back the SBC again at a later date. Sometimes it took maybe a week to get it back out, 2 weeks possibly. And it would be typically better rewards and a little easier to get it done. And by doing this, they got to kind of gauge with the community how people were feeling about the certain rewards, how they felt the difficulty of the SBCs were. And what we saw from EA was a lot of back and forth in between experimenting with what people thought were good. We saw some higher end League SBCs that seemed like a ripoff, so people negatively put a thumbs down on Footbin and people didn't want to do it. But then you had some lower end SBCs where some of the packs were pretty good and it was pretty cheap to do. So I hope EA messes around with that this year. I know a lot of people are hit and miss whether they want a player or a pack at the end. I personally love packs. It would be cool to see a player and a pack in there where you could get both or choose between the two. But with pack luck this year, pack odds, the chances of you getting boards and walkouts are pretty decent. So I wouldn't mind that from a League SBC perspective. But yeah, that's essentially going to be it on the video, dudes. Again, November 9th, I'm still hoping we'll get the lib and sud. But really, at the end of the day, we're just guessing, man. It's up to EA. Hopefully, they follow through. Hopefully, they give us something to grind because gameplay has been fun for me. I love it. Doing these SBCs has been fun. Investing has been fun. Trading has been fun. But now I kind of feel like I'm stuck in a funk where I'm mainly waiting to sell off my investments, and then I'm also too just wanting to make a crap ton of packs, and League SBCs seem to be the way to make a crap ton of packs. Obviously I can have 2-player gold upgrades if I wanted to, but I would prefer to do the player SBCs. So yeah, thank you for coming. Not player SBCs, League SBCs. Why am I saying that? But yeah, thank you for coming. If you enjoyed, smack the like button, subscribe if you're new, and we'll catch you next time. It's been your boy MumboElite. I'm out. God bless.